All the top pilots in the world are here. There's no one else.
I've dreamed of an opportunity like this.
I'm very passionate about racing.
There's bound to be tensions that rise.
We don't back down.
I just have big aspirations to be the fastest in the world.
Put the goggles on, you're inside of the Matrix, and you could do what you can imagine.
15 of the world's greatest pilots, representing 5 drone racing teams, are pushing the limits of the sport to an epic new scale. Traversing alpine mountain ranges, navigating through abandoned medieval castles, and plunging down 41-story buildings. Each of them on the hunt for the 2018 title and the $50,000 prize. This is the DR1 Champions Series, fueled by Mountain Dew. This is race 5. It's the second of a mammoth doubleheader in central Croatia. We've taken race 4's track and flipped it on its head here on the gargantuan Tulove beams, a breathtaking limestone mountain formation over 1,000 meters above sea level. Thunderstorms rolled through these mountaintops, whipping up the wind and creating arguably the toughest course ever.
The wind and the rocks at this location are going to make it a big drawback. First off, the wind is going to push you into gates. It's going to be randomized every single time you go through, so there's never going to be consistency.
It scares me personally. Hitting just about anything on this track equals complete destruction of our drone.
Carbon fiber is pretty strong, but when you're carbon fiber plus rocks at 90+ miles an hour is not a good day for any of these quads.
FlightONE's lead at the top of the seasonal points leaderboard has been cut down to just 3 points, thanks to a dismal race 4 performance out on track and in the pits.
It hurt a little bit, you know. You gotta hit your low point before your high point. I think we ran into some issues technically, which kind of put us back early on in the day. And then we just had some mistakes and crashes beyond that.
It was a necessary loss, but it hurt. It was necessary because I wanted my teammates to see that we're not invincible and that we're not only capable of being beaten, but we're capable of being beaten badly. That's a big wake-up call.
The current informed team are NexxBlades, captained by Luke Bannister.
Everyone flew amazing, consistent, smooth. Young Rock especially, he was killing on this track. It's really like his style on here, and he's loving it.
This is the last race before the Champions Series final in Bonn. Whomever is sitting at the top of the seasonal points table after this race will get a double bye, past the quarters and the semis, and straight into the final. The pressure is well and truly on.
This has to stop now.
Here in race 5, pilots will race exactly the same course as race 4, but in reverse.
Some of the gates might be shifted. I know the lines are going to be changed. Where we're used to going up and to the left, we're going down and to the right. It's going to be whole different stick controls.
If that wasn't enough, prepare yourself for a world first, the Pro Class Final. Weighing in at 10 pounds, measuring nearly 1 meter in length, and hitting 150 kilometers per hour in just 1 second. We believe the Pro Class to be the future of drone racing. And here in Croatia, 1 pilot from each team will battle it out in the skies surrounding this unforgiving mountain range for the glory of being crowned the first ever DR1 Pro Class champion. Uvify's Travis Ames has just finished his practice session out on track, and he's ready to guide us through the bespoke, unique course that is about to confront our pilots.
Hey, my name's Travis Ames, and I fly for Team Uvify. I'll be running you through round 5 in Croatia, and this is the track. It'll be in reverse, and I can't wait to show you what's up. So as you take off, you'll be entering the first DHL gate, and then you'll be taking a hard right turn to the TBS gate. You can now take either a corkscrew or just a very hard left turn. It'll line you up for the next DHL gate. Take a hard right corner, and you'll be now hitting the 3rd DHL gate, full throttle up the mountain. And as you get to the top, you'll be full throttle down the mountain. And you'll be entering the crevasse that will line you up for the square gate. So that's a lap. I feel like gate 1 will be one of the most difficult parts of this track, only because there's a mountain covering the front of it and the back of it. So if you're carrying too much speed, then you're gonna actually hit the mountain and explode your drone. And if you're not going fast enough, then obviously you're just not going to be getting good lap times. And one of my favorite parts of this track is the TBS gate. You actually have to take a hard right corner to enter the TBS, and then you want to do a hard corkscrew right above it, and then you're going to be entering the next DHL gate. It's a really fun part of the track. So that is the track guiding in round 5 here in Croatia. So let's go racing.
So that's the course, and here's how the competition works. Each team race each other once in a series of heats, putting forward 2 pilots for every battle. At the end of the 10th and final heat, the 2 teams with the most amount of points face off for the Race 5 title. In each heat, the pilot who finishes first wins 10 points, second place 8 points, third place 6 points, and 3 points for last. But if you miss a gate or crash out, then it's 0. Race 5 here in Croatia is critical because each team's final position in the seasonal points table will determine their seeding and opponent in the series final. FlightONE are currently on top. If they can keep a hold of this position, then they'll win themselves a double bye straight into the Race 6 final. But they'll have to be mentally strong enough to put their awful Race 4 performance behind them because NexxBlades and Uvify are hot on their heels.
NexxBlades has definitely shown a lot of improvement. It's a little nerve-wracking to see them flying better going to race number 4. I think they had to have a rough start in order to kind of iron out some things. They're definitely going to be hot on our heels. If they take first in this race, depending on how we finish, they could tie us for seasonal standings, if not beat us. So there's a little bit of fear there.
The focus is we've got to beat NexxBlades Race 5. We have to.
Uvify as well, same fast team. Minchan, of course, is just unstoppable on this track. His 2 team pilots with him, Corey and Travis, they're excellent pilots as well.
I think we can beat FlightONE easy. FlightONE team is just fast in the practice time, but in the race, crashing a lot.
It's going to take our A game to win this one.
Uvify and NexxBlades are the 2 teams with the most realistic chance of catching FlightONE. And it's these 2 teams who are drawn to race against each other first. So it's time to hand you straight over to Jack Nichols in the commentary box to bring you this all-important first heat.
So here we go then, the first heat of Race 5. Luke Bannister and Young Rock Sun there getting ready for NexxBlades up against Minchan Kim and Travis Ames for Uvify. 4 drones, a 4-lap race. We're underway. On board with Minchan Kim through the first gate. No problems for the South Korean. And his compatriot Young Rock Sun is in second place. Travis Ames third. And this man Luke Bannister with his trademark steady start, surveying what's going on in front of him. But Minchan Kim already up to the top of the mountain. Chucks it over and drops it back down the other side. Get that little crevasse and then aim towards the square gate. So much speed through there. Now into gate 1. Easy as you like. Kim absolutely superb. The 14-year-old bossing things at the moment.
Go.
Kim in the pits, Young Rock Sun in the pits as well. A few shouts of go, 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 and Minchan Kim is back on his way, and his teammate Travis Ames actually for Uvify in straight afterwards. Young Rock Sun yet to pit as he comes through the first gate into the boulder, and that's the heat over for Young Rock Sun. Dominated this course in race 4, struggling a little today. Here's a look at the replay. Look at that boulder just waiting for you just after you've come through that gate 1. Luke Bannister in the pits now then. Minchan Kim is on his final lap as he comes through that downhill gate. But up and away, though, is the NexxBlades drone in pursuit of Kim. Oh, he's out as well. Both NexxBlades out at the same gate. Minchan Kim down to the finish line. It's a 1-2 for Uvify. Here's a look at the results. Minchan Kim taking the victory. Travis Ames in second place. No points for NexxBlades. Imi's with them.
Well, NexxBlades with Young Rock and Roll. What happened?
He hit the rock after the first gate because the wind pushed me down and I couldn't react it. Yeah.
Young Rock, you hit the rock.
Yeah.
In race 4, it was all about being your rock. You don't like it anymore.
Maybe.
Luke, amazing rapid pit stop from Mac. I mean, it all looked like everything was going well there, and then a crash. Talk me through it.
Exact same spot, came into the rock and like the wind's pushing you into it and didn't have time to react and pull out of it and hit the rock. It happens. We're just going to adjust our line for the next race and hopefully not have the same issue.
In Heat 2, the speed of FlightONE were up against the consistency of Team Rebel, and a predictable race ensued. Thomas Bittmarter from FlightONE went all out and crashed on lap 2, but teammate and two-time multi-GP champion and drone racing icon Sean Taylor romped home, 6 seconds clear of James McGee in second, with Rebel's Cooper Groves in third. FlightONE were up again in Heat 3, this time against Archangel. And again, the legendary Sean Taylor triumphed in first. Teammate Alex Vanover finished in second, scoring them a maximum 18 points. So, after 3 heats, here's how the table stands. FlightONE are sitting pretty at the top, but they have raced once more than every other team. And surprisingly, it's Race 4's champions NexxBlades who are rooted to the bottom. Have FlightONE put the demons of Race 4 behind them, or can NexxBlades and Uvify knock them off their perch? Find out straight after the break, along with witnessing the final inner team battle, racing this, the Pro Class. Don't go anywhere.
Since the dawn of man, we've looked to the sky, yearning to soar like the birds, gods, winged beasts, and the angels. Then in 1903, man achieved the power of flight, followed by a line of daring pilots that set out to conquer the skies. And now, you. Introducing the Archangel, a world-class ready-to-fly racing drone powered by refined FPV components and balanced for all skill levels. From its beginner angle mode to expert acro mode, a true warrior in the skies. The Archangel's sleek design with advanced chip onboard LED lighting leaves no question about its location on the track, giving you the opportunity to crush the competition and take you to victory. Archangel, take flight.
Welcome back to the penultimate race of the 2018 DR1 Champions Series, which will determine which team wins a double bye into the grand final, staged around the Post Tower in Bonn, Germany. Realistically, only Uvify and NexxBlades can catch FlightONE in the seasonal points leaderboard. And after a disastrous double crash in Heat 1, it's NexxBlades who are up next. Can they rediscover the form of Race 4? Over to Jack Nichols for the next heat.
So a lot of pressure on NexxBlades in Heat 4. Mac Poshvold and Young Rock Sun are going to be the pilots. They're up against the Rebel team, Bryce Prestwich and James McGee. Away they go. Up the hill for the first time. On board with Prestwich. Straight in at gate 1. It's caught out so many people already, and Bryce Prestwich is out on the first lap. Well, he's not out. He's managed to get going again. He's going to limp back to the pits, I think. See if they can get his Rebel drone repaired. James McGee, his teammate, meanwhile, is still out there in the lead as he completes that one. He can't pit this time around because Prestwich is in the pits. Mac Poshvold here, running pretty close to Young Rock Sun, those two in second and third places. As McGee comes through that double gate. Comfortably in control of this one at the moment. Young Rock Sun, meanwhile, has to have a couple of turns around, and that allows Mac Poshvold into second place. McGee down the mountain again to start lap 3 of 4. Prestwich, I think, is still in the pits there. No, he's just left it now then, Bryce Prestwich. That means James McGee can come into the pits then. Young Rock Sun surely needs to pit as well. Mac Poshvold does pit. Oh, and into the rocks on his way down. So McGee in the pits, and there's Young Rock Sun out. Young Rock Sun into the rocks. So that means Mac Poshvold is the only chance now for NexxBlades to score some points here. He is out in front, in the lead, into gate 1, and into the rocks. It's another double non-finish for NexxBlades. Here's a look at the replay. clipped the rock before the gate and was sent spinning into the side of it. Bryce Prestwich now on his final lap. James McGee is up in front, and Rebel here are going to take maximum points as they come down towards the finish line, and it's victory for Rebel. A very satisfied team there. No satisfaction, though, for the NexxBlades. Mac Poshvold and Young Rock Sun, neither finishing, both are with Imi.
Okay, NexxBlades, you got to talk me through this. No points from either of you. Mac, what went on there?
Yeah, basically same mistake as the guys did last time. So straight after pits, which was very quick by Luke, went out, and I guess I didn't take the big angle enough, so I lined the gate to the gate in the wrong way, and then yeah, just before the gate I saw a stone and just hit into that rock actually.
You're clearly crumbling here.
Crumbling? No, the pressure is fine. It just, you know, you learn on your mistakes. So again, that first gate, be 200% sure you're gonna align correctly, especially after pits, because it's such a different line. Like when you go through the start-finish gate, it's obvious, but when you go from the pits, you have to take a big bow and then go for the gate. So.
Well, Mac, I'm sorry to press, but you guys did astonishingly well in race 4. You've just won race 4. I mean, this is the penultimate race before the final. It's the last race of the season. And we've got 0 points. Yeah, I'm not going to listen to you tell me that everything's okay.
Everything's okay, be happy. No, there's 2 hits more. I think we're going to make up some points, and there's probably a slight chance to get to the final of this one, but if not, we're still going to be fine.
All right, that's a lot of blanket athlete chat you're giving me. I got to see it before I believe it. Good luck.
Well, if seeing is believing, look at the bottom of the table. 0 points for NexxBlades after 4 heats. Rebel are up at the top, closely followed by FlightONE. Also down towards the bottom of those standings were Archangel, just 6 points on the board. Corey Ibanez and Nicholas Jung need a good race here. They're up against Uvify as heat number 5 gets underway. Travis Ames getting a good start. You can see him circling high just to make sure he nails that first gate. Corey Ibanez as well, taking it so gingerly through there. It's caught out so many pilots so far today. As we go on board now with Nicholas Jung, second place, up to the top of the mountain. Arcing over left and dropping back down. But it's Travis Ames who's comfortably out in front at the moment on this opening lap. There is the end of lap 1, Nicholas Jung. So fast going into the pits, wow. Good commitment there. Corey Ibanez continues on his way and moves in front of Jung for the time being as he wrestles with his drone to try and get it through that first gate safely. Manages to do it. Through that double gate along the bottom, and then another here, and oh, and out!
Go, go, go!
Nicholas Jung, meanwhile, is about to get going, his teammate for Archangel. Here's a look at what happened to Ibanez. Looked as though he'd cleared the gate. Oh, just a little bush, a little shrub poking out. Not enough height. Ibanez is out. Nicholas Jung making his way around in second position. But Travis Ames, meanwhile, is already onto the final lap. Nicholas Jung's just about to start his. Corey Kasaba leaves the pits now for Uvify. And he is in third position then behind Nicholas Jung. So crucial points on the board here for Archangel. If Jung can hold on to this second place. We're on board with him now. We've lost him. I think he's out of the race, Nicholas Jung. Well, what happened there? That means Uvify have a 1-2. And Travis Ames is going to come to the line and take the win in Heat 5. Corey Kasaba here is going to come across the line in second position. Well, here's a look at the results. Ames and Kasaba picking up 18 points for Uvify. Nicholas Jung out of the race and distraught.
Nicholas, I know, eh? You're hanging that head. Nothing to be shameful about.
Definitely.
What was it, the wind?
No, I was leading at the last gate up there, was directly pointing to the gate. I was 50 centimeters before the gate, and then a strong wind hit me and pushed me directly into the gate. Yeah, we have strong conditions here, strong winds.
It's like this wind is against you or something. Didn't you get yourself a heavier drone?
Yeah, my drone is already pretty heavy, but when you have like strong wind directly in front of the gate, you're not able to recover it anymore. sadly, the wind got me.
So a difficult day for Archangel continues. They're a long way off the top spot. Another 1-2 for Uvify means they are at the top of the standings.
In Heat 6, top of the table Uvify were up again, this time against second place Team Rebel. Minchan was unstoppable. His 27-second lap was the fastest lap of the day. He finished Heat 6 a huge 36 seconds ahead of second placed Cooper. Corey finished nearly a minute behind his teammate in third, and Bryce crashed out, again hitting the same rock after Gate 1 that has foiled so many pilots before him. Heat 7 was a battle at the bottom, NexxBlades versus Archangel, two teams who ironically faced off in the Race 4 final. Both teams showed what they were capable of, but it's too little too late. Luke and Mac recorded a 1-2 for NexxBlades, with Adam and Corey coming home in third and fourth. Archangel's 9 points from Heat 7 moves them to the bottom of the table, and with only one heat remaining for them, it looks like that'll be where they stay. The top 2 places in the leaderboard are still up for grabs, and both Uvify and NexxBlades are still to race rivals FlightONE. All of that is coming up straight after the break. Welcome back to the International Drone Racing Series that's pitting 15 of the world's greatest pilots against everything Mother Nature can throw at them. Coming up, see what the mountains have in store for not just our mini quads, but also the bigger, faster and louder Pro Class. Over the past 3 weeks, our DR1 pilots have been on the journey of a lifetime across Europe. Competition on the track has been fierce, but as well as working hard, they've also been playing hard. And here in Croatia, it's no different. Unfortunately, however, there's one big character missing from the volleyball court. Two-time multi-GP champion and a member of last year's Champions Series winning team, Sean Taylor.
To the day a year ago, I was on the beach in Ireland and doing some behind-the-scene footage. I was doing some flips and stuff. Just did another flip like I've done thousands before in my life, and as I took off, my right patellar tendon exploded into a bunch of little pieces. I was airlifted off in a military chopper for emergency surgery in Ireland. I remember coming out of surgery in excruciating pain, but I remember seeing, "This one's for you, champ," and I just started crying.
Another big change for Sean this year is his team. He won last year's title alongside South Korea's Minchan Kim, one of the hottest properties in drone racing. But the team was dismantled soon after they triumphed, and Sean returns with Minchan as a rival.
Me and Minchan not being on the same team, it really stinks because I love Minchan like a little brother, but it's okay, we're still here competing together. And you know, Minchan's just beginning his career here in FPV, and we're still hanging out, we're still racing together, we're still joking, just like we're on the same team. It's really no different at all.
Way to start it off, way to start it off.
Even as bad as it was and continues to be emotionally, I wouldn't change it because it gives me another facet to my life. I learned a lot about myself over this past year. I had to pick myself up out of the absolute gutter. I've been the highest highs, been the lowest lows, and that gives me full contrast and balance. And I'm gonna continue to live my life that way. I may be 38 years old, but I still feel like I'm a baby, and I wanna keep on acting like a kid and keep on moving on, you know, positively, keep moving forward.
When Minchan won last year's inaugural series alongside Sean, he was just 13 years old. He's hailed by many as the world's fastest pilot, but this series, he has a challenger, Alex Vanover. Going into Heat 8 of Race 5, Minchan has finished first in 81% of his races, compared to Alex's 54%. But despite this stat, Alex still thinks he has what it takes to be the greatest.
Minchan I've looked up to for a very long time. I got my butt kicked in another race in Korea last year by him, and that motivated me to go even faster. I definitely think I could be the best pilot in the world and the fastest on this series for sure.
He thinks he's best, but I will show to him, I will beat him.
You know, we're both super competitive. Min-Chen doesn't come out as competitive vocally, but I definitely know he is because when he's out on the track, he's just a monster. There's no holding back.
Alex is too much talk because if I talk to a lot, I cannot focus the race.
I just have big aspirations to be the fastest in the world. So when we're out there racing against each other, it's very competitive. I'm not there to play around. Hopefully going towards the end of the series, I'll be on top more than he is.
He's crashing a lot. I think he's nervous a lot, so I think I can beat Alex easy.
I like to fly fast. I train super hard for this, and that's why I'm so competitive. When I'm out there racing as fast as I can, it's just the competition that drives me and my passion for drone racing.
Okay, Aaron, here we are going now into Heat 8. This is a crucial one. FlightONE and Team Uvify. And Team Uvify are giving FlightONE a run for their money.
They are giving them a run for their money. Min-Chen is putting down lap records today, surprising all of us. And the rest of his team are just putting down really consistent laps and finishing, which is really important to put points on the board.
So we've got Alex versus Min-Chen, and we love this rivalry. How do you see it playing out?
Well, in the past, we've seen when Alex and Min-Chen get in the air together, Alex tends to push it a little too hard and he crashes. The wind is picking up really hard right now. Min-Chen all day has been really consistent and hasn't even noticed the wind. We've seen a lot of the other guys have issues with it, so that's what I'm expecting.
All right, I'm gonna put you on the spot now. What's your prediction?
My prediction right now, Uvify in the finals with Rebel. Rebel has come up and I'm excited for them. Rebel's come up, it's gonna be Rebel and Uvify, and I think Uvify might take this one.
What a heat we are in for here. Alex Vanover and Thomas Bitmatter for FlightONE. Min-Chen Kim and Travis Ames for Uvify. FlightONE just need a solid result, but Alex will be desperate to beat Min-Chen and prove himself as one of the fastest pilots out there. Away they go, up through the first gate. Oh, Min-Chen Kim straight through it. No trouble at all. Alex Vanover through it as well. Incredibly fast and confident start. Min-Chen Kim full power now as he rises to the top of the peak and then drops back down. Keep your eyes open for that gully on the left. Oh, just about got it. And through to complete lap one comes Min-Chen Kim. Good couple of seconds in front of Alex Vanover, 3.4 seconds to be precise. Then Travis Ames for Uvify running in third. Thomas Bitmatter at the back, 2.7 adrift. Lap 3 of 4 now, penultimate lap for Min-Chen Kim. He's made his pit stop and he's still holding on in front of Alex Vanover in second place. And now it's the final lap for Kim. Down into gate 1. Oh, Kim's off! Kim's in the rocks! What a shock for the Uvify team!
Min-Chen was the only pilot who seemed able to navigate the tricky gate 1. So after his uncharacteristic crash, it was Alex who was able to bring it home a huge 31 seconds ahead of Travis. That second place from Travis guarantees Uvify a top 2 finish here in Croatia. But who will they meet in the Race 5 final? And importantly, FlightONE's 16 points from Heat 8 has guaranteed that FlightONE cannot finish lower than 3rd place, meaning they have won the seasonal points leaderboard and the crucial double bye into the Race 6 final.
Congratulations, you've got yourself into the very final race. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh gosh, I'm super excited. I was pushing really hard that race. I was also trying to be consistent at the same time, but at the end of the day, I was racing Min-Chen. I was happy to get in front of him. Have to thank this guy a lot because he gave me a super fast pit stop. We were running like clockwork. There was nothing more that we could have done as a team. That's exactly how Team FlightONE operates. We're finally back on our rhythm, especially going into race 5, and by the time we get to Bonn, it's gonna be 100% clockwork.
In Heat 9, Rebel needed a strong performance, and they didn't hold back. Teammates James and Cooper entered a dogfight with each other, which could have easily forced one of them to crash out. But they both held their nerve, and it took a photo finish to separate them because Cooper grabbed first place by just 0.5 of a second. That result moves Rebel into second place, and it's only FlightONE who can catch them. To do just that, they need 14 points, so both of their pilots in the 10th and final heat have to get either 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. And get it they did. Alex led from the off and never looked back, with teammate Sean Taylor right behind him. Luke and Youngrock, usually so fast when navigating the 300-foot mountaintop, had no answer to FlightONE's dominance.
You're a team, man. Come on, you're top. Woo!
A maximum 18 points puts FlightONE top, with Uvify in second. They are our finalists. At every location this series, 2 pilots from each team have squared off against one another, racing the almighty Pro Class drone. It's 4 times larger than the mini quad. It can also reach 150 kilometers an hour in just 1 second, and is the future of drone racing. The winner of each race have the honor of representing their team in the Pro Class final, and there is just one more team who have yet to decide their pilot: NexxBlades. And unfortunately for Youngrock, it's Mac and team captain Luke who have been chosen for the race-off.
Here we go then. Who is going to be representing NexxBlades in the Pro Class final? Away we go. On board we go with Mac Poshvold. Luke Bannister it is who is up in front as they make their way up to the top of the peak for the first time, a 2-lap race in the Pro Class. Luke just holding off Mac at the moment, but Mac can see him there. Has him in his sights as they come down the hill again. Less than a second between them. It's really close stuff. And now they are on to lap 2. Mac is still chasing him down 0.3 of a second behind Luke. Almost getting up alongside, switching places. And Mac's in front now. But Luke gets back past as they come over the peak. Halfway around this final lap, looks as though Mac has the advantage just about. This is going to be neck and neck right towards the line, isn't it? Mac in front, Luke in front, across the line, Luke wins. 0.044 seconds. Incredibly tight, and it's Luke Bannister who will represent NexxBlades in the final. Let's have a look at just how close that was. Fantastic dogfight right the way throughout those 2 laps. But in the end, it was Luke who took it on the line. Just about a photo finish. And now we have our 5 pilots for the final.
So our Pro Class final pilots have been decided. Behind the controllers of 5 of these formidable drones, and all racing in the sky together, Bryce, Luke, Travis, Corey, and Alex.
The first ever Pro Class final then, about to get underway. 2 laps of racing, 5 drones on the course. This is going to be spectacular.
We got 2 red LEDs on the course.
I think we're gonna have some mid-air.
Away they go. Who's going to get the best start? Alex Vanover rockets into the lead. We're on board with Travis Ames. There goes Vanover. And it's Travis and Luke Bannister who are battling over second place. Fantastic noise from these drones as they make their way now up to the top peak. And Alex has got a reasonably comfortable lead. This is Bryce Prestwich. He's in last place at the moment. Seeing everybody else in front of him. Corey Ibanez for Archangel dropping down the mountain to complete lap 1. There's the square gate in front of us. Alex leads, Travis in second, just 0.3 of a second behind. Oh, and off into the wall, and out goes Travis from second place. Oh, just overcooked it a little and found the rocks. Luke Bannister then, still trying to chase down Alex Vanover in the lead. There he is. Can he do anything about him as they come down the last straight stretch towards the finish line? Alex Vanover holding on at the moment in that red drone. Luke Bannister drives towards the line, but it's Vanover, Bannister, oh, and Prestwich off. That's a big one for Prestwich into the finish gate. Have a look at this again. There come the top 2. But Prestwich just clipping the roof of the gate.
Huge congratulations to Alex, who can not only add the first ever DR1 Pro Class champion to his ever-growing drone racing CV, but he also gets to take his winning machine home with him.
Well, Alex Vanover, a huge congratulations. You've just won the first Pro Class, and this is your drone.
Yeah, I know. I cannot believe it right now. I'm super excited. I've always wanted to build something this big, and now I just have it built for me, and I just get to have it myself, and because I earned it like that, man, it's so exciting.
Where are you going to be able to fly this around when you get back?
Oh gosh, definitely not in my backyard. I'm definitely gonna have to go to a very open area, but quite frankly, for quite some time until I build my own personal one, it's just gonna go on the wall as a trophy.
And how does it feel to actually race these?
Oh gosh, compared to our smaller quadcopters, this is 10 times better. Especially when you have 5 of them in the air at the same time, the noise they make, it's like a real car racetrack. If you ever watch NASCAR or any rotor sport, it's the same thing, but in the air, and when you're racing under the goggles and you're watching the other guys, it's like Star Wars in real life.
Make sure you stay wired to DR1 Racing, because the Pro Class is the future. Welcome back to the DR1 Champions Series, and it's time for the Race 5 final. But before Uvify take on arch rivals FlightONE, it's time to hear the predictions of Aaron Leslie.
All right, Aaron, here we are, the Race 5 final before the grand final in Bonn, and we have Uvify and FlightONE.
Yeah, we got the battle of the Titans right now. We got Minchan versus Alex Vanover. Everyone's pumped. Last round, Alex was in the zone. He was going full tilt, but he's going to have to break it out even faster this round.
What do you think either Alex or Minchan have to do to beat the other?
It's crazy because watching both of them race separately, I thought last race Alex had the fastest lap time of the day. Evidently, Minchan had it. So when you watch Minchan fly, it's super smooth. It's so smooth, it doesn't look fast. Alex, I think, was at full tilt, and he's got to go even faster, and I don't think he's going to be comfortable doing it, so it's going to be interesting.
Well, Alex does seem incredibly confident, and you know how he gets. When he comes off a good run, he is pumped. I'm sure he's going to be bringing that energy into this.
He's pumped. He always gets like this. I've seen him get shaky and crash out when he tries to go too fast, but he is in the zone right now. I heard him say it. Everyone's saying it. It's going to be a good race.
Well, it could be your talk. We never know. And Minchan, reportedly very quiet. What trick do you think he might have up his sleeve?
Trick-wise, I think he's probably going to be trying to hit his gates a little bit tighter than he has been, which is saying something because he just nails them. As soon as he turns around, he's already full throttle to the next one, but he's going to have to do even better this time. But he's got to shake off the crash from last round, so I think it's probably in his head.
And then technically speaking, what do you think are the crucial points now for this final?
It's going to be full throttling down the mountain. And then also conserving your battery and pitting at the right time, because you've got to get a pit in early. If you don't, you're not going to have the battery to make it up and finish in a good position.
Great, thanks, Aaron. Cannot wait to see how this plays out. Over to you, Jack.
Thank you, Imi. The first final about to get underway. Sean Taylor there of FlightONE up against Minchan Kim for Team Uvify. They were pilots on the same team last year, won the championship together, but now they are facing each other. Away they go. As ever, quick start from Minchan Kim into the lead. Taylor second, Ames third, Bitmatter fourth. Through that double gate, very close between Sean Taylor and Travis Ames. Bitmatter, the Australian, dropping away a little bit at the back. As we go on board with Travis Ames, Sean Taylor buzzing in and around him as they come up to the peak for the first time. But Minchan Kim doing a very good job out in the lead. 3.5 seconds back to Travis Ames. As we go on with Sean Taylor. Just about see Travis up in front, tantalizingly close. Hard right through one more gate, and then full power up the mountain. Keep your eyes peeled, you can just see Travis in the distance. Min-Cham Kim, though, is 7 seconds ahead of them, and he's coming into the pits very fast. Into the pits then comes Min-Cham Kim. Is Sean Taylor going to do the same? Yes, he is, as they make the half race distance. And Taylor lands down, so that means Ames and Bitmatter will carry on. No, Ames is in the pits as well, but he's just having to circle because Min-Cham Kim already in. That's poor communication from Uvify. As we go on board now with Min-Cham Kim. As I think he's just overtaken Thomas Bitmatter there. We're on board with Bitmatter. He's yet to make a pit stop, but Min-Cham Kim has still managed to overtake him. What a performance this is from Min-Chan. Can he keep it going, though, to the end of the race? That's going to be the question. Final lap.
Min-Chan didn't give an inch for the rest of the race, coming home a huge 12 seconds ahead of former teammate Sean Taylor, and a whopping 42 seconds ahead of fourth-placed Thomas Bitmatter. Meaning that a Uvify first and third gives them a 16 points to 11 lead over FlightONE going into race 2. In the second race of the final, a phenomenal dogfight between Alex and Travis occurred up and down the mountain, and even in the pits. This time, FlightONE came out on top with Alex Vanover claiming first and Thomas Bitmatter third.
Good job.
Can't do that.
Great job.
You're
1 and 3.
This mirroring of results in the first 2 final races means that going into the final battle of race 5, Uvify and FlightONE are all square on 27 points. And what a race this could be, because Min-Chan Kim is not only up against former teammate Sean Taylor, but his new nemesis, his rival for the fastest drone pilot on the planet title, Alex Vanover. Let's get straight to Jack Nichols for this almighty showdown.
What a showdown it's set to be. It's not all about winning. Second and third will give you more points than first and fourth. It's going to be a fascinating, tactical, high-speed race. The final is underway in Croatia, but Corey Kasaba's not going. He's fallen off. Kasaba barely gets moving. And is he out of the race straight away? Min-Cham Kim, his teammate at Uvify, flies into the lead. But Taylor and Vanover just need to finish, and they will win for FlightONE. They've already booked themselves a place in the series final, but another win will go down a treat. We're on board with Alex Vanover for FlightONE. He and Sean Taylor running in third and second respectively. And Taylor starts another lap. Min-Cham Kim out in front, though, for Uvify. There is Alex Vanover. And there is Min-Cham Kim, so focused. And Corey Kasaba out of the race. Sean Taylor leading the way. Min-Cham Kim and Alex Vanover both have made their pit stops. And there is Travis trying to fix Corey Kasaba's drone. So they're trying to get that second Uvify drone back in the air. As Sean Taylor pits, but even if they get it going again, they still need some problem to befall the FlightONE guys. Here we are with Min-Cham Kim on his final lap. Sean Taylor retakes to the skies down in third place. Corey Kasaba back in the race then, but I don't think it's going to make too much difference. His teammate Min-Cham Kim out in front and takes victory in the final. But in the overall points, it is going to be FlightONE, Alex Vanover and Sean Taylor who are going to take victory in the 5th race of the season. Taylor just needs to bring it home safe, through the gully, down to the square gate, and FlightONE win in Croatia. Here's a look at the results. Only 1 point in it in the end, but FlightONE come out on top.
I was thinking we can win today, but just 1 point. I don't know, just we will focus the next race and we will try more fast.
I know you're finding it difficult to celebrate your personal victory right now because unfortunately Corey's propeller was off. Can you tell us what happened?
I have no idea. I saw my quad and I started and Corey said, "Oh, my quad, it works strange." And I was thinking, what's going on? But it's fine because FlightONE did also great, so it's okay.
I challenge Min-Shan on camera to a head-to-head race. Either not at this race or in Bonn, I challenge Min-Shan to a head-to-head race. We're gonna do it, it's gonna be fair and square.
Hang on.
It's gonna happen.
I'm putting up a quadcopter, a personal quadcopter. My very first Hawk 5 is gonna go to the winner between Alex and Min-Shan.
You heard it right here. May not be at this race, but if it's at Bonn, Min-Shan and I'm calling you out right now. We're doing a head-to-head race. It's gonna happen. We're settling this right now. No teams or anything, individual one-on-one racing. No bull crap, we're gonna do this. You heard it here first.
So here are the final seasonal standings. FlightONE booked themselves a place in the final in Germany. It'll be Uvify against Archangel in one of the quarterfinals and NexxBlades versus Rebel in the other.
Congratulations, FlightONE. Yes, another victory. Now, Alex, you came in second. Min-Shan came in first.
Yeah, I mean, I was really pushing for him so hard. Almost caught him on the 4th lap. I think I was pushing harder than I had this entire season that race. Just wasn't the timing. I called him out on camera. I'll do it again here. Min-Shan, I want to race off before the end of the series, whether it's here or in Bonn. We're doing a fair race off for a quad of Sean Taylor's personally. We're going to settle this fair and square. We still have one big race, the finals to go to. I want it so bad, but it's just not going to happen today.
So there it is. FlightONE have a double bye into the Race 6 final, and once and for all, we'll find out who the world's fastest pilot is, Alex Vanover or Min-Shan Kim. All of this will take place down the 41-story post tower in Bonn. Who will be joining FlightONE in the final? Who will win the $50,000 prize? And who will walk away with the 2018 DR1 Champions Series title?